Hey everyone, it's Alexander, the real Mr. Robinson. Welcome to the channel. This is my review for The Green Knight, which is directed by David Lowery, distributed by A24, and is based off the Arthurian poem Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. The movie stars Dev Patel as Gawain, the nephew to King Arthur, and one Christmas day, when he is seated at King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table, a Green Knight enters into Arthur's court on his horse and challenges the knights to a game. And the game goes, if any of you knights are able to land a blow on me, you will come to me and I will land a blow on you in the exact same area. So Gawain decides to accept the challenge and he flat out decapitates the Green Knight. So the Green Knight ends up picking up his head, leaves on his horse and tells Gawain, one year I will strike you in the same spot. And the movie is pretty much Gawain mentally prepping for this journey and just seeing all the troubles that he has to go through in order to get there. So there's a lot of buzz surrounding this movie, mostly from hardcore film fans, because A24 typically puts out a lot of good stuff. And the director of this movie is David Lowery, who directed A Ghost Story, which I think is one of the most pretentious movies I've seen in the last decade. But he also directed the Pete's Dragon remake for Disney, and he is currently filming Peter Pan and Wendy for Disney+. And I haven't seen Pete's Dragon, but I have seen A Ghost Story, as I mentioned beforehand. And going into this movie, I figured, you know what? It's low budget, it's A24, it might be based off Arthurian legend, sure, but it's probably not going to be grand and epic. And to those people who were disappointed in this movie or hate it just because it wasn't grand or epic, that's kind of on you. I mean, the second you see that A24 logo, you should probably know what you're getting into. That being said though, I don't think this movie is all that great. It has a lot of great elements to it, like the cinematography, which is absolutely gorgeous. There's long sweeping shots of Gawain on his journey to meet the Green Knight. The areas that they film in are just beautiful to look at. And the movie takes its time when it comes to Gawain's journey. That might be a problem for a lot of people, and it definitely shows that the movie has some pacing issues. And it's got some special effects here and there. Not a whole lot, but it's mostly small stuff or things that just happen in the background. And for a movie that cost around $15 million to make, these special effects are quite good and begs the question, how much did the Jungle Cruise cost again? Like, with all those terrible CGI green screen backdrops and CGI animals, for this movie to look better than that is embarrassing. And the performances are good as well. Dev Patel is Gawain, as I mentioned beforehand, and I like how he can come across at times as very cocky, ignorant, but the point of this whole movie is that Gawain is supposed to grow, and I'm not sure if I want to say more humble, but he basically matures throughout this movie and is not the same character as he was at the start of it. And Dev Patel, I think, really does sell it. You also have some other people in this movie, like Joel Edgerton. You have Alicia Vikander, who is really good. She plays Gawain's love interest, but she actually does a lot more than you would expect from this type of role. And I've always loved Alicia Vikander, and she definitely puts her A game into this movie. The only real problems I have are the pacing. As beautiful as this movie is, it was so beautiful and so dreamlike at times that I found myself nodding off. And I didn't want to, because it's such a beautiful looking movie, but it is admittedly longer than it probably needs to. There's a small sequence in this movie where it turns into Attack on Titan, where you have these giants, these naked giants just off in the far distance. They don't really lend itself to anything. I've heard people say that in the poem they're in it as well, but even in the poem they don't really serve much of a purpose. So that's an element of the movie that they frankly should have cut out, and I just feel like overall the movie should have been trimmed down to make the pacing a little better. But when the movie is really good, it's really good. I just don't think it's a masterpiece or amazing. I certainly wouldn't put it in my top 10 of the year, and that's ultimately my rating. It's good, but it's not great. If you want to go see this movie, you have to know what you're getting into, because this is not like swashbuckling, it's not swords blazing, it's not the Guy Ritchie King Arthur movie. It's not action-packed, it's very quiet, it's more character-based, and the focus is more on the theme of maturity and just marveling at the beautiful cinematography. So if you can accept this movie for what it is, I think you might really dig it. But if not, then I wouldn't give this a high recommendation. And there you go, that's my review for The Green Knight. I hope you enjoyed it, and now I want to know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you, there's only one. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching my review for The Green Knight. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go check out my Twitch channel, and support me on Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.